Hi there. My name is Hank Dellison. This is Rose Villa, and this is a garden plot. We were here about a month ago talking about how to get started on a garden plot. We talked about making a plan, picking vegetables, and which we did. We made up a little basic drafting plan of what we wanted this plot to look like. Shows up, must be a dozen or 2 dozen different kinds of vegetables to plant here. And then we backed away and put a work order in for the grounds crew to come in and rototill it. And the grounds crew rototilled it, and then it started raining. So it's been a month now since we were here last. Finally the ground dried out, and finally we're able to start putting in our vegetable beds. And I'd like to describe a little bit about what we're doing. As you can see, we've got the straw in the basic beds, but I'll start at the beginning. The beginning is me and a shovel. And what you do is you just dig out the basic garden path. I'm standing on a garden path, and you dig it out just a little bit and throw the dirt onto where the garden bed is going to be. So right there is the garden bed, and this part here that I've just dug out is the path right here. And then I took a tape measure and some string, and I measured out the pathways on the ground. So I know this pathway runs from that stake to this stake down here, kind of like that, only in a straight line. And the other side of the pathway is right about there. So now that we've got the path started, we want to put some newspaper down, which is over here. And the reason that we put the newspaper down is to both keep the weeds down and also to keep the straw from vanishing quite so quickly into the dirt. You don't have to be real fancy about putting newspaper down, and put a little straw on there. And when you put the straw on, try to make it loosen it up. Don't just let it drop like that. Never walk on the garden bed because it's nice and soft and friable. Feet go in the path. And you want to get about 4 to 6 inches of straw on here. Like I say, the straw will keep down the weeds, the newspaper will keep down the weeds, and it gives you some place to walk on. This garden plot right here needs just a touch of steer manure. So I just happen to have a pile of good steer manure here. And this particular steer manure is composted steer manure, which means it's clean. Good, beautiful steer manure. And you can never put enough organic matter into a garden. So now we've got the garden path made. We've got a bed roughly dug up with some nice steer manure amendment tossed onto it, which we have on this bed also. So now it's time to mix that soil amendment, steer manure, mix it in, and you just take a little fork. You can take a shovel if you want, and just very roughly stir it in just a little bit. Now this bed is 1 step away from planting. So I'll just take the rake, smooth it off, bust up a few of those bigger dirt clods, smooth it off a little bit, flatten it out, Try to make it as flat as I can because flat holds water. If I left it mounded, the water in the summertime would just run off. Flat like this means the water will soak in. And this bed is ready to be planted. How easy it is. There, I'm happy. This is all set to go. This is Hank, and we finally got this garden plot ready for planting. So next time we talk, we'll perhaps build a pea trellis and get the peas planted, and you'll see the rest of this garden plot all finished. So this is Hank, this is Rosevilla, late April, and it's time to plant the peas. Thank you.